So today is the day that so many Oklahoma Sooner fans have been waiting for, as the number 3 player in the class of 2024, Williams Nwaneri, will be making his collegiate decision, choosing between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Missouri Tigers. But before we can talk about that, we have got to talk about a win that Oklahoma got this weekend, where we weren't available to make a video about it, for 4-star wide receiver out the state of Oklahoma, Jaden Nickens, something we need to break down right now. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, and 2 things today. First and foremost, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited that Jaden Nickens commits to Oklahoma? And then secondly, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe Williams Nwaneri follows suit and will be an Oklahoma Sooner? Can't wait to hear from you. If you enjoy the content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions seem small. They are massive. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And first and foremost, who is Jaden Nickens? Well, Jaden Nickens is one of the best players in the class of 2025, coming in specifically as the number 119 player in the nation, the number 20 wide receiver, and the number 3 player in the state of Oklahoma. He stands 6'3", 190 pounds, and plays for Millwood High School in Oklahoma. And this, in my opinion, is a phenomenal win for the Oklahoma Sooners for multiple different reasons. First and foremost, let's start with the obvious. You get to keep a top 150 player in all of high school football within your state lines. That is always a huge win. Second, we talk about a position where Oklahoma had a need. One of the first things I talked about after the season ended was I was curious to see what Oklahoma would do with the wide receiver position, a position nobody was really paying attention to, but a position where Oklahoma was set to lose a lot of yards, a lot of production, and a lot of experience. Now, they did great work in the transfer portal, getting some guys over, but they also, in my opinion, did something even better. They made a phenomenal hire. One we're going to be breaking down in more depth tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But Coach Emmett Jones has been sensational for the Oklahoma Sooners. Just know that as you look forward to what's coming tomorrow about Emmett Jones. Emmett Jones has been automatic on the trail for the Oklahoma Sooners, and Jaden Nickens is just the most recent example of this. That right there I thought was big. You get to keep a 4-star guy in your state. You get to keep a guy that just happens to play in your state that's a major position of need there, and you've done so on the back of a phenomenal hire that you just made, a hire that absolutely moves the needle, not only for Oklahoma fans, but definitely on the recruiting trail, as Emmett Jones has been ferocious. Now, whenever we talk about what Nickens brings to the table, lot to love here. Anytime you have a guy that's rated as a top 125 prospect in the nation going into their junior year, you need to be on the lookout for this guy, because it's completely feasible that he continues shooting up recruiting boards. At 6'3", 190 pounds, there's not a lot he can't do as a wide receiver, and there's not a lot he doesn't excel at, which is exactly what Oklahoma is looking to add in. Interestingly enough, if we look at the Jeff Lebby offenses, they feature bigger body wide receivers that are kind of do-it-all type guys. Now, Oklahoma is going to have individuals such as Petaway, who aren't 6'3", 6'4", but are absolutely lightning in a bottle when the ball gets into their hands. I can't wait to see what Petaway does. I talked about him whenever he committed to Oklahoma. I think he's going to be a big addition for this team, because when we look at the current Oklahoma wide receiver room, there's a lot of guys that have talent. I don't know too many other guys that give you that explosiveness with the ball in their hand like Petaway, where he is an absolute playmaker through and through, and the way they already move around Farouk, I think you could get some really fun sets going with Farouk and Petaway, where you're just keeping the defense on their heels, a lot of pre-snap motion, seeing what the defense is doing, and you have 2 playmakers that you like utilizing as chess pieces. But to continue going and getting wide receivers that you like a Jaden Nickens, well, I think it's fantastic. And even though 2025 is a long ways away, heck, early signing day is still a ways out for 2024, as it's in December, and then signing day in February, we've got a year plus until ink hits paper. It's still a great win, because we know how Brent Venables recruits. We know the stipulations he has on his class, and this kid is from the state of Oklahoma, meaning he's going to be very involved, and I can imagine the Oklahoma staff will be very involved with this prospect. So, this is a phenomenal win. What it means for Oklahoma in the class of 2025, well, interestingly enough, it puts them as a top 4 recruiting class in the nation, as they already have 5 additions in that class. And whenever we talk about Oklahoma addressing a need, I think it's very important to note that in the class of 2024, they filled up their wide receiver spots, and already in the class of 2025, of the 5 prospects they have committed, 3 of them are wide receivers. So they're filling up the class of 2025 spots very quickly, and that is a class absolutely loaded with wide receiver talent. So I can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. I know everybody's sitting and waiting for the Williams Nwaneri announcement at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be sure to come back to the channel. We'll be having a video up to talk about it. But this is still a big win for the Oklahoma Sooners. Their 2025 class still a long ways out, but they're building a really solid foundation, one that includes a quarterback that they like, and now several weapons for that quarterback to throw the ball to. But y'all already know the drill. Can't wait to hear from you. Hop down to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about this edition, and let me know where you think Williams Nwaneri ends up. That's it. See ya.